Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's video on YouTube. We are going to be experiencing a heat wave from like next week. But yes, let's take a look at some of the great news, but also some of the catastrophically bad news of what's happening in my backyard garden. Okay, apparently we've got a few pumpkin seedlings. Now, I've got a couple of mixed feelings about these pumpkin seedlings. I bet these two are probably not going to really survive and grow so well, even though I'm starting to see some extra bits of growth. Okay, who knows about the pumpkin seeds? Please tell me about the condition or the condition about these flowers or whatnot. Okay, let me just go ahead and straightforward have a good trek across. We've got a lot of like water being left off from the rains that we had. Whoops, sorry about that. That wasn't meant to happen, wasn't it? Yes, I'm just going to pour out some of the yucky water that's actually around from that tub, I think. And yes, I'll tell you what, guys, it seems like we've got quite a bit of good news and also bad news of what I've done so far with my plants. It looks like that the other calendula seeds or seedlings, the other three of them, they've unfortunately, I think this one here has probably started to die off. That's not a very good sign. In fact, I should probably kill this one here. It's probably dead as a dodo. It's never going to succeed very, very well. Okay, this one here, it's probably also looking like it's going to wilt and probably suffer the worst. But anyways, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and show you of what else I'm about to see. Oh, we've got some spectacular stuff going on here. We've got a calendula seedling that has actually decided to blossom for the very first time. And in fact, one of the very first well and truly blossoming flowers I'm about to have in my backyard garden. And as you can see just how much hard work I've been putting out with that flower. Man, oh man, I tell you what, I'm actually so pleased to have a calendula flower. And there's a very nasty drill or some sort of garden blade tool that's actually outside making a lot of blaring noises. Anyways, let me just show you what else I have also planted. I've got lots and lots of nasturtiums. It's quite crazy that the nasturtiums have grown relatively big. Very, very nice to know. And then we've also got some juvenile nasturtiums as well. And they're also pretty good as well. I can tell what the guys say, they are also growing nicely. But I'm not going to guarantee on the fact that they're actually going to flower. Well, no, they're not. They're not actually going to flower at some point. Maybe until like a couple of weeks later. Maybe a couple of months. And I can tell you what, my backyard garden is straightforward, slowly crawling up towards of how awesome this might be. And we've also got some pumpkin seeds, quite a lot of big-sized plant pots because I've been using them to transplant my pumpkin seedlings and also some calendula seedlings as well. Now, I'm not sure about what's going to be happening because I'm pretty sure that the calendula seedlings or the new ones that I've planted are going to really suffer badly by next week because the hot weather that we're going to be having at the moment might actually put themselves at a very detrimental, risky effect. So I wouldn't probably guarantee that this will be a victorious, let's just say, stalemate, of course. And actually, yes, tell you what, that calendula seedling has actually fallen in years. Look at all the old leaves. They've actually started to turn very yellow. What's going on here? A bit of like limey yellow sort of colours. I don't know about you, but I think they look very, very yucky. Ugh. And same with this other calendula here as well. It's also probably drooping because it's probably been intoxicated by such nasty water conditions. Obviously, and we've actually got more in the way of flower buds. That's very, very nice to know. Okay, and same with the nasturtium here as well. I don't know what's going on here, but I think the main problem with nasturtium being planted on flower beds is that so often when they are pretty much overwatered or being waterlogged by rainwater, which is just so persistent and never wanting to budge, who knows, maybe the heat wave by next week can come along and help evaporate all of this moisture before all of a sudden, bang, straight away, I'm going to go ahead and start re-watering the flowers. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Pretty amazing indeed. And let me just go ahead and have a bit of a crawl through along. Sorry, I can't even chat properly somehow. Right, we've also got some broad beans. Very, very nice that the broad beans have also started to flower. But I'm not sure if, let's just say if they're producing any like fresh beans. I'm not seeing them at the moment, sadly. Anyways, okay, I can also see another broad bean. That's also flowering, of course. But I could tell what the guys hate. That's very good to know. But also not good to know. We've also got some strawberry flowers. That's very, very nice to know. I can't see any fruit ripening at the moment. I still need to wait. Of course, yes, I think next week will be very, very, very beneficial because once we get the hot water cranking on, we're about to see some more strawberry fruit. Unfortunately, this one here doesn't look like it's bearing any fruit. That's a bit strange. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think there's any fruit on this. And what is that? Okay, I never expected my... What is this? What is this seedling tray of? I've got no idea what it's just filled with. It seems like just a random mixture of, like, random looking plants. Oh, wait, are these... Hang on a minute. Let me just work out what these seedlings are. Could that possibly be... I don't know if it's cornflower or not. I'm not quite totally sure what seeds have I actually purchased. I'm a bit skeptical of what seeds there. Oh, no way, Jose. These are the things I don't want in my backyard garden. Basically, we've got some slugs. What is going on with these slugs? They are basically raiding through my backyard garden. No way, Jose. Okay, the slugs will have to be straightforward. Forbidden on this backyard garden here, eh? Because they are straightforward attacking my backyard plants. Okay, so in that case, hey, let me just move on to something else. The backyard meadow is also doing alright. Got a lot of field mustards and buttercups in my backyard garden. Quite nice to know. And I can also start to see I think that's a broad bean, isn't it? Of course it is a broad bean. I know it, right? This one here, if I have a look at this one, what's that plant there? Is that like a sunflower seedling? I've no idea what that is. That one there, it's probably doing a little bit of a mixture. I'd probably say it's either good or bad. I think this upright plant here is actually doing right, whereas this side here is not doing well. I don't know what's going on here, eh? But it feels like that this backyard garden here has seen such a mix of good and or bad related things. Oh man, why can't I talk properly these days? Anyways, we've got another big successful calendula seedling. Quite good, and same with this one right here, although it's actually bent to just one side here. It's quite unusual seeing calendulas doing that. And my crikey Charlies, look at the nasturtium that I've just planted, and look at this. Fresh flower buds. That is amazing. And including this big lug right here. Look at that. There's one right here, and there's actually quite a few of them. There's about 3 of them. I can just see them. There might be more than 3. I tell you what, my backyard garden nasturtiums are going to really thrive upon so well. Oh man, maybe I should probably keep them for like next year and onwards. I'll tell you what, when I've got a backyard garden that is so well adapted for, let's just say, the next upcoming drought, that's very, very good to know. And actually, speaking of very good to know, I actually forgot something to show you. Inside here is basically this. It's just a vase of... Oops, sorry, I've just poured out some very excessive water. Maybe I can try and... Yeah, there's actually been a lot of rain on that garden vase or vase. I'll just use it for like dead flowers and stuff in order to try and reroot the plants. So I'm just going to re-water these. Oh, that's not very good to know. I think this one has de-rooted, which is not a very good sign. I think this cornflower seedling, oh dear, that's not what I really want to see. This cornflower seedling has started to... Although, that being said, that one there on the very end is actually doing pretty well. Yes, it feels like I'm getting a mixture of good news and bad news. What I'm doing in the backyard garden is going to be extremely challenging because I've actually got so many plants and also so many other plants. Oh my crikeys. Look at that. It's going to be a real tough time for me to try and build up some maintenance in my backyard garden. It's going to be absolutely crazy as hell. Like, I can't believe this. I can't really believe of what I've just done so far. The sunflower seedlings, they're also doing great. But I feel like I need to try and add some more water into these sunflowers because, well, they really depend on a lot of water, don't they? Let me just see, what is that green thing? What is that green thing? I just hope it's not a caterpillar or something like that trying to attack my goddamn plant. And I just got attacked by a flipping mosquito. What is with mosquitoes trying to attack my flipping arms? They're trying to suck my goddamn blood. I just hope that's not going to be a thing in my backyard garden's arms. That being my arms, of course. Anyways, we've got some fairly fresh looking. Oh, what is going on with the mosquitoes? They are trying to jump into my fleshy arm. That's not what I really want to have. Right, I need to go ahead and evacuate because there is a mosquito problem trying to encroach towards my flesh and my skin. What is going on? Sorry about that. There was a mosquito trying to attack my flesh. Okay, it's very itchy and painful, of course. Hopefully I don't get dengue fever or malaria or anything like that. Zika, Ebola, whatever we're going to call them. Those nasty diseases. Anyways, we've got a big entree of nasturtiums. Nice to know, and actually the larger leafed nasturtiums often tend to be fairly successful because once you start to leave them for like a couple of weeks' time, or maybe 3 weeks' time, they will start to produce blossom, like, let's just say, appendages of some sort, like this one right here. That has started to create, yeah, some flower buds. Really amazing when you have flower buds like so. And what else do I see? Of course, we've got a pea seedling that is actually starting to droop. There's nothing else to assist with that thing here, eh? I don't know what to really say, hey, but that pea seedling is actually growing really, really nicely. Oh, man. I'm just going to go right ahead and just evacuate. Okay, we've got more pumpkin seeds. I think I need to try and transplant this one here because it looks pretty ready, doesn't it? Very much ready, I suppose, hey? Okay, I'll tell you what, my backyard garden is thriving so well. And I think when midsummer hits, it'll be a mega feast for the bees. Oh, and there you go, we've got a Carter bee that has just decided to pollinate one of my flowers. Thank you very much. Pretty amazing when you have a lot of flowers and other plants alike. It's fairly welcoming. And actually, when you think about it, it's a very enriching effect for Mother Nature. Anyways, going back to the sunflower seed that I was meant to talk about, although I was being attacked by stupid, dumb, goddamn mosquitoes, actually. Okay, so the sunflowers here, they have decided to formulate their flower heads, but I think it's going to take a bit of time before they actually start to flower. Maybe around July or August will be the main of when they'll be flowering. It's a very nice thing to really straightforward cultivate. You know, I only tend to plant the dwarf sunflowers because I'm more comfortable with plants that don't actually approach towards as high as maybe 120 centimeters, which will be a bit too tall, to be honest, I suppose. A bit too tall for me, I suppose, hey? Not that really into, like, tall sunflowers. A bit, you know, too, let's just say, I think when they overgrow, that starts to freak me out. And you have to really require some, like, standing equipment to really go for it. Anyway, so these are, like, the regular sunflower plants that I've decided to plant, which are, like, the smaller dwarf-sized sunflower. I have got, like, medium-sized sunflower cultivars that I planted, like, last year. And it was only just okay, I suppose, eh? It wasn't that perfect. But I wonder how the sunflowers are going to be turning up for, like, this year. I hope they're going to be really, really awesome. Anyways, yes, we've got more calendula seedlings. Some of them are looking a little bit droopy. And then we've also got some weird forget-me-nots, which are, strangely enough, you can also buy them at garden stores, but they seem to grow rampantly like weeds. Crikeys. Right, let me just go ahead and show you. I don't know about you, but I'm getting those stupid itchy feelings around my legs and my arms. It's all down to the flipping mosquitoes trying to take over my video. Don't worry, I've already got a spare cornflower seedling in order to transplant. If this one has died, I can certainly do just that. Hey, there's more possibilities than anything else in this world. Certainly there is. Not to mention of how much I'll be planting throughout the rest of the growing season. It is just so phenomenally awesome. Or not so awesome, depending of how much space I have. Unfortunately, I don't have that right amount of space to contend with. Oh, and there's a cat. Hello. You're basically exploring around my backyard garden, hey? Oh, sorry about that. There's a mosquito trying to encroach my skin. Hello. Looks like that cat's straightforward exploring. I don't know how old. I'm pretty sure it might be a 1 or 2 year old cat who's pretty much on the move, searching for like mice and other rodents like that. Or birds, which may not sound good, but that's how they are built to be. Anyways, so that is, of course, my backyard garden tour. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm really proud just to have a very good myriad of flowers to come. And one wonders, with the that's about to come like next week, will I be able to try and strive upon a massive thirst of flowers? I could tell you what, and also other plants to depend upon, because I could tell you what, my backyard garden is going to be extremely, extremely important for such a crippling time. It might seem nice for me, but at the same time, it may not be that nice at all. Right, I'm going to go up here and show you something else. Again, showing you the same Welsh poppies and also the other plants, the big white roses. What's quite funny is if I have a look at right over here, it looks like they're starting to droop. That's not very good at all. I don't know what's going on with these white roses. I'm pretty sure that the heat has basically killed them, I suppose so. It's not looking that great. And it looks like they're starting to fall apart from my hand. So, I tell you what, maybe I can just toy around with the roses and see how they go when they drop their petals and stuff. Look at that. I can just basically shake off their bloody petals off and see what they look like naked. That's pretty interesting somehow, just shaking off the petals of roses. Looks like it's the whole entire plant. Okay, and they do have thorns and spikes like many other members of the rose family. But there you go. Shake, shake, shake. Oh, it looks like it's been held by just other bits of vegetation. Oh gosh. Look at that, I'm just causing a big snowy mess of roses. Isn't it quite funny in how I just do a bit of this? Maybe that's a bit of plant abuse, plant cruelty. Maybe I shouldn't do just that. That was very nasty of me. Right, as the hot weather is starting to approach, there is another thing I need to try and do. Wash all of these tubs, and then hopefully I can refill them with drinkable water so that the cats, the birds, and other animals can get a nice hydrational feed. A little bit like something that you see in some sort of artificial waterfall. No, sorry, not a hole. No, wait, was it a hole? What am I saying for? I wasn't going to be saying... Oh man, why does my accent keep on changing? And why do I seem to feel like I'm getting dyslexia at the moment? I was meant to say waterfall, or no, sorry, waterhole. Damn it, I can't even do it right. What is wrong? It's like I'm saying waterhole. Maybe it sounds a little bit Scottish, doesn't it? But yes, I'll be making a weird African waterhole for the animals to try and drink up as much water as they can. Pretty amazing. Anyways, I'm going to leave the video, eh? Sorry for the absolute sloppy ending, but there you go. That was a bit of comedy effort for me, eh? For a person like me who can't even read. There you go. Seems like I can do anything, can't I? I can't read, I can read whatever the hell I can. But most importantly, I'm about to make the most of what this backyard garden has to offer, especially when it comes into the tropical heat wave that'll be coming up next week. And we've got a bee that's just buzzed around, passing by. Very, very nice sound effect. Anyways, with the heat haze starting to say goodbye, I should say goodbye as well too, because you know why? If you really enjoyed this video, apart from the plant abuse, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more for that videos in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. I need to go ahead and take a good shower.